What's up, y'all? Doing another 5 at 9 segment for MSM, hanging out in the office, chilling out. So this week is going to be on evolution. And first off, let me just say there's no way that I can prove philosophically, logically, beyond the shadow of a doubt, that evolution is wrong and that creationism is right. Um, or whatever you want me to prove. There's no way that I can do that. Either way, all I can do is present the best argument that I think is out there based upon solid theology, solid logic, and reason. So the question that I want you guys to start with leading into this Sunday is, if evolution is the theory, evolution's theory requires that there was significant amount of death. So let me kind of walk through this for us. Some organism is, comes online, and it then goes through a competitive process with other organisms that are mutated versions of that organism so that the strongest survive. We call this natural selection. Natural selection then, with the form of mutations, leads to new species. So you start with one organism, it mutates into a different version of that organism. That different version apparently has some sort of new benefit. The new benefit of that mutation then helps it to outcompete the old organism. The old organism then becomes extinct, and the process continues on and on and on until these subtle changes become big changes. Now, just to be clear, I believe in microevolution, also called adaptation. I do not believe in macroevolution, where one species slowly becomes another species. However, there are different versions of different organisms and creatures that have adapted to their environments over time. It is what it is, and I don't disagree with that. The problem with that is our doctrine of the gospel. The gospel is built upon the theology that through Adam and Eve, sin entered into the world. Romans 3 is really clear that Adam was the entrance for sin to enter not just into humanity, but all of creation. And the wage of that sin ultimately leads to death in chapter 6 of Romans. If Adam, who took millions of years, to evolve, is the one who let sin in, that resulted in the consequence of death and separation from God, why then is there this long fossil record of death leading up to Adam? For that matter, if you don't have Adam as the beginning of sin, then how can Jesus come and be the solution to sin? Because if sin didn't enter through Adam, then how is salvation going to enter through another man for the rest of humanity? You see what I'm saying with this? The biggest problem with evolution is not whether you believe dinosaurs existed, even though we obviously have fossils. It's not that it happened over millions of years or billions of years. That's not the biggest problem. The biggest problem is the gospel. How then will we be saved if sin did not enter into humanity through the doctrine of Adam and creation? How then will Jesus rescue us from this? This has been 5 at 9. Thanks, guys, for joining me. I'll see you guys on Sunday.